This is the fourth video in the series, Getting to Know 3DXpert. We very much thank you for your interest in 3DXpert and invite you to review the previous three videos if you haven't done so already. This video will focus on creating infills and lattice structures. We will begin by creating an infill. This way we can take a solid and lighten it, yet at the same time retain its strength. Several patterns are available for creating the infill. That infill could be a solid, it could be conformal, following the shape of the part, it could also be a wall infill, or any combination of the three. As we create the infill, the dynamic preview helps us to see what we're doing. Here a solid infill and conformal infill are being previewed. The wall offsets and wall thicknesses can be changed at any time. Here we're previewing solid support and wall support with two different patterns. When creating the infill, the part itself can be shelled to a constant wall thickness, and faces can be selected to be open faces. Also, as we saw when creating supports, we can save this information to a template so that we can reuse it again and again, thus ensuring the repeatability of the process. On the tree, the original part is labeled as not printed. That way we can retain the information but not print it as a solid bulk. Whereas now the shell and the mesh, they are selected to be printed and a build technology has been given to them. Next we'll look at creating a lattice support, and there is a tremendous wealth of different lattice structure types and options available. Again, the dynamic preview is helping us to see what we're creating as we're doing it. Options are available for many different cell types, node types, connector types, as you see here. The cell size can be changed as we see fit. The connectors and nodes, likewise, are all customizable, and they can be controlled by a ratio. And again, as you see, there are many different lattice types available, each of which will have their own set of options due to their unique geometry. And here you see the cell types available for the function-based lattice. Further options allow for the lattice to be randomized, changing the level of randomization or the ratio of maximum to minimum thickness. As this randomization occurs, the entire cell could be affected, or a single point can be used to start where the randomization begins. Also, it's important that the structure can be adjusted so that sintering is possible, meaning we're not creating a lattice structure that will in itself be overhanging. And with that is the option then to create a shell around the lattice, whether that be the entire lattice or also with the addition of open faces. As we create this, we can force the connections of the lattice to be pushed out to the outer edge of where those open faces were, giving it maximum structure. Let's look now at surface lattice structures. Here the idea is to create structure on top of the object as opposed to within the object. Here again we see a wealth of different cell types and different options. Options to control the type of node selected or the type of connector, adjusting the overall cell size, also the sizes of each node and connector as well. And as we build and preview these different structures, we will see them as they wrap themselves around the surfaces we've selected. We will continue to walk our way through all these different cell types, making minor adjustments as we go, helping us to see the tremendous value of being able to preview the structures. In addition to controlling the height of the lattice, we also may wish to create multiple layers. And we see the same options that we saw before for randomizing the structure and also controlling a variable thickness. Truly, the amount of variable and customizable lattice structures within 3DXpert is endless. Let's give our attention now to lattice analytics. This will give us a wealth of information about the connectors and nodes, the number of each, the lengths, as well as the angle. Another option allows us to look at the lattice volume, its porosity, and its total surface area. Truly, infill and lattice structures are one of 3DXpert's greatest strengths. Here is a slideshow review of the lattice types we've looked at. First, some internal lattice structures. And now surface lattice. Thank you again for your interest in 3DXpert. Please look for the other videos in this series, Getting to Know 3DXpert.